I was born in Charleston, West Virginia, and moved up to Tucker County. Grew up playing in the rivers and climbing and skiing and enjoying the outdoors. I've seen many regions that have worked hard to bring inclusive accessibility into their communities, and coming back to the home state of West Virginia, I look around and see no reason why we can't do the same. November 2012, I sustained a spinal cord injury from a motor vehicle accident, and shortly after, I was awakened to a whole cluster of accessibility issues that are vastly prevalent across this region. Soon after figuring out how to get appropriate, mobility device, wheelchair and whatever else, we were able to mate with the Creaturecraft platform, which revolutionized what's possible in the whitewater.
That's right, got the party going. Got Matt McQueen here.
Access on the Go is promoting community accessibility, adaptive recreation, business profitability, and general disability advocacy. People with disabilities are your ideal customers. It's 1 in 4 adults. It's the largest minority in the United States of America. Projects that we're working on now are focusing on promoting accessible infrastructure we have and inventorying readily removable barriers. Anytime we identify those barriers, our plan is to have advocacy toolkits available to those businesses where we can help them do a self-assessment, find all those barriers that are preventing their customers from being able to come to them, then creating a transition plan, parking, entrances, bathrooms, activities, lodging. Third part of that is, doing the funding and helping them implement that. And so that's where we, research, find the tools, find the easy guides, try to make it as easy as possible for them, and then show them where there are, up to $20,000 a year in tax incentives for making those necessary improvements. General process is, normally the first thing we do is bring out the ADA assessment tool that allows us to go through and kind of just follow the cartoons and identify what barriers there are that are impeding access for people getting goods and services. Arrowhead Bike Farm is making accessibility improvements, which they've already undergone, but as they're expanding, they're looking to do it in a much more holistic manner to be able to serve a broader population of customers. We've been able to work with the Canadian Valley Wildlife Refuge, Friends of Canadian Valley Foundation, and the state park to go out marking a couple places that probably aren't recommended, or a couple little places that would need some minor trail improvements to be more universally accessible.
Yep, unfortunately I have found the problem that will prevent Ken's connector, so get creative here and figure out a way to turn around and get back out.
With their support, we've gone out and been able to make those recommendations, and they're undertaking that process now of removing those pinch points that are preventing people from getting out there. What we're seeing now is that there is much more broad interest across the region about becoming more universally accessible as more people come in here from other areas where much more of a standard to expect that you should be able to have a parking place or be able to enter a business or be able to use a restroom. Access on the Go is helping communities become more inclusive and building the outdoor accessible economy, transitioning the Appalachian region from a general lack of accessible infrastructure into a favored accessible travel destination and region to reside.